I have a worksheet here with a time element built into it where I have my 12 months of numbers. I have my reps along the top. I can see what they did each of the months. I can see what we did for, each of the months and year end and so forth. What I want to be able to do, though, is look across at any month and know how much we've done in revenue, okay, on this side here, how much we've done up to that point. So when I look at, let's say, March, I'd like to see these three numbers here added up. Or if I look at October, I'd like to see all the months up through October appear over here in the running column. So this is, again, this is running totals, and it's a really popular thing to do when you have a time element involved. I mean, if you have Chip, Kathy, and Susan on the bottom here, and you want to do a running total, it doesn't make sense that we did 400,000 through Susan, or we did 500,000 through Beavis. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, you could rearrange these, you get a whole different thing. It doesn't make any sense. But when you are looking at a time element saying, oh, after the first quarter, we've done blah, blah amount of money or revenue, that makes sense to people. So we do this using the function formula sum, believe it or not. And we tweak it a certain way so that this will happen. So here's how this works. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here to J3. I'm going to go ahead and hit the auto sum button. That's just going to put the sum in there, and it's going to want to basically just kind of add up what I have in I3. How exciting. Well, what I really want to do here is tweak this function so that all I have to do is copy it down, and it will automatically incorporate each of the months as it's flowing downward. So the way we do this is we're going to put, first of all, a colon in here, right? So I'm going to hit the colon key, and that ends up giving me the sum of I3 through I3. So it's pretty much the same thing still, okay? Now, you have to understand how we differentiate between relative and absolute cell addressing, okay? Right now, both of these cells are referred to relative. That means that if you were to copy this formula down, the I3 would change to I4, I4, I5, I5, I6, I6. It wouldn't give us anything more than what we already have in column I. It'll be like a doubling effect, all right? But on the other hand, if we were to take, let's say, the first reference to I3 and make that an absolute reference, when we go to copy it later on, the absolute referencing will cause this to stay as I3, but leaving this relative will allow this to change to I4, I5, I6. So as we're copying it down, it's ever expanding what is going to be summing up over here. So when we're down to here, let's say, it's expanded all the way to here, so it's going to add up from here to here and give us that total there. It's kind of an ingenious, if not clever, little way of using the sum function to do a pretty powerful thing. So here's how we do this. We're going to make the reference to I3 absolute. So we're going to click on to I3. It might have to click it a couple times there. And as long as your cursor is blinking in it or on either side of it, you're in the proper position, okay? But while you're there, on your keyboard, you're going to hit the F4 key. The F4 key will make that absolute. That'll lock that in. The I3 on the other side will change as we're copying it down. See, so let's take a look at this. We'll hit the Enter key. There we go. And we're going to go back to that cell, bottom right hand corner. I'm going to drag this all the way down to December, right? Let go, and there we go. And you'll see that as of December, or through December, our running total was 994,000. Well, that matches this one here, so we know we did this properly. Now, look at this. This is the original formula, I3 through I3, right? This one here, though, I3, meaning this here, through I4. Look at that. So it's adding up those two, putting that one there. This one here is basically saying add up from here to here. So regardless of how far you go down, it's always going to give you that perfect range that it needs to calculate. So I hope you can use what I've just shown you here, and I thank you for watching my video.